Hey everyone, my name is Karen Waxman and I'm the founder of a company called Retail MBA. And today I want to talk about getting your products sold at Safeway. Now, the reason I decided to create this particular segment is because I teach thousands of product companies across the country on the subject of selling to retailers, and Safeway comes up a lot, especially for people who have food products or are trying to get food products into grocery stores. So let's talk about Safeway. Well, there's lots of things I can do, can share with you on this subject, but let me give you one thing to think about. Safeway is very big on private label products. So what does that mean? Well, if you walk into a Safeway store, you're not only going to see products on the shelves, but you'll also see products that are called Safeway Select, which is kind of their brand name. They have other names of brands for their store, but Safeway Select is one of a common one that they have. So that basically means that Safeway has their own product line in that store. But what that really means is that they are doing private label. And what is private label? Private label essentially means that Safeway has their own brand, and what they do is work with manufacturers or people who create products and basically enable them to sell their products in their stores under Safeway's brand name. So what that means to you is if you have a product that's perfect for Safeway, and you've tried to approach grocery stores and they're not buying, or there's some reason why you can't get your products into those stores, and you have your brand all over that product, and you're having a tough time there, you might want to consider reaching out to them on a private label basis. And what that essentially means is you can sell your product to Safeway. You will have to put their packaging on your product, but essentially they will put that, they might put that product into your store. It's obviously up to them whether or not they like your product, but if they like your product and you're willing to use their packaging, with your product, then that is a tremendous opportunity for you to make additional money. So let me explain that. Private label is huge business, and a lot of retailers are going that route. And the advantages for you to consider not having a branded product in their store is that if you sold through their brand and Safeway approved you and they were interested in working with you that way, they buy major volume for their stores because it's under their brand name. It's always on store shelves. You're not always competing with some of the other products. So you have, they tend to buy more with private label products. And so that means big money for manufacturers who are willing to do that. So if you are a company who has a product and you love your packaging and you want your brand all over it, this might not be a great option for you. But if you are willing to work with retailers such as Safeway and to private label that product and put it in their packaging and their own branding, and you're willing to sell them to them that way, that could be big money for you. Now, they do tend to sell these private label products at a little bit of a cheaper price than what's in stores. So if you see Safeway Select products, they tend to be cheaper than what's actually in stores, the other products, the branded products. So they tend to lower the price, so that's important to know about private label. It tends to be a little bit of a cheaper price for that product, but they buy in volume and you make that up in the volume. So again, just a suggestion, but if you're willing to do a private label option for, just say one retailer, it could pay for you to be able to work with lots of other retailers. I know lots of people who sell, their branded product in one store, and then in another store they sell a private label, and they're okay with that because that private label pays for a lot of their other stuff. Anyways, it's food for thought, and again, there's so many ways to sell the Safeway, but that's just one suggestion. So if you'd like to learn more about it, the exact steps from start to finish on how to sell a product to Safeway, please take a look at my Retail MBA program. The link is listed below. It is the most comprehensive course available today on the subject of selling to stores like Safeway. Additionally, if you like this content, please be on the lookout for additional content that I'm creating. I'm constantly adding this stuff, and so I would love to continue the conversation with you in the future. Thank you so much.